Imagine entire civilizations, complete with massive cities, advanced technologies and millions of people, simply vanishing from the face of the earth, leaving behind only whispers in ancient texts and mysterious ruins that archaeologists still can't fully explain. From the Indus Valley's sophisticated urban planning that rivals modern cities to the sea peoples who terrorized the Mediterranean before disappearing into myth, these lost civilizations challenge everything we think we know about human history. What's even more chilling is that some of these vanished societies possessed knowledge and capabilities that we're only now beginning to understand, or that we've lost entirely. Stay until the end because the seventh civilization on this list disappeared so completely that its rediscovery could rewrite the entire timeline of human development. Let's talk about the Indus Valley Civilization, also known as the Harappan Civilization. Flourishing from 3300 to 1300 BCE, it covered parts of modern-day Pakistan and northwest India. They had major urban centers like Harappa and Mohenjo-daro. These cities were meticulously planned with grid patterns and standardized bricks. They even had early sanitation systems with private bathrooms and covered drains. Their writing system remains one of the great unsolved mysteries of linguistics. Imagine the knowledge locked away in those symbols. Alright, now let's shift gears to a group that sounds like something out of an epic movie, the Sea Peoples. These guys were the boogeymen of the Late Bronze Age, around the 12th century BCE. We're talking about a period when established empires like Egypt, the Hittites in Anatolia, the Mycenaeans in Greece, these were the superpowers of their day. And then, seemingly out of nowhere, this confederation of seafaring raiders just starts tearing through the eastern Mediterranean, leaving a trail of destruction. The Egyptians, man, they were terrified of these guys. Pharaoh Ramesses III even had these massive inscriptions carved at his mortuary temple at Medinet Habu, detailing his battles against them. He describes them as coming from the sea in their warships, and none could stand against them. Think about that. Egypt, this ancient powerful civilization, was seriously threatened. The inscriptions list various groups within the Sea Peoples, names like the Peliset, the Checker, the Shekelesh, the Denyen, the Weshesh, names that sound exotic and dangerous even now. What's crazy is that we don't really know who these people were or where they came from. It's one of history's biggest whodunits. Were they a single ethnic group? Probably not. It seems more like a loose coalition of different peoples, displaced or opportunistic, who banded together for raiding and conquest. Some theories suggest they came from the Aegean, maybe parts of Anatolia, or even further west, like Sicily or Sardinia. The evidence is scattered and open to a lot of interpretation. Their impact was devastating. They're heavily implicated in what historians call the Late Bronze Age collapse, a period of widespread societal collapse, depopulation, and the end of several major civilizations. Now let's head over to the American Southwest, to a people often called the Anasazi, though the term ancestral Puebloans is preferred by their descendants. These folks created some of the most stunning and enigmatic settlements in North America, particularly their cliff dwellings. We're talking about entire villages built into sheer canyon walls, places like Mesa Verde in Colorado or Canyon de Chelly in Arizona. It's just breathtaking architecture, perfectly integrated into the natural landscape. These weren't primitive people, not by a long shot. They were sophisticated farmers, mastering agriculture in a harsh desert environment. They cultivated the Three Sisters corn, beans, and squash, and developed complex irrigation systems. They were also skilled astronomers, building observatories and aligning their structures with celestial events, like solstices and equinoxes. Chaco Canyon in New Mexico is a prime example, with its massive great houses like Pueblo Bonito, multi-story structures with hundreds of rooms. The scale of Chaco Canyon is mind-boggling. It was a major ceremonial, administrative, and trading center. They built extensive road systems connecting Chaco to outlying communities, some stretching for hundreds of miles. The precision of their masonry, the complexity of their social organization, it all points to a highly developed society. They created beautiful pottery, intricate basketry, and had a rich spiritual life evident in their kivas, the subterranean ceremonial chambers. But then, around the late 13th century, something drastic happened. These incredible cliff dwellings, these thriving communities in places like Mesa Verde and Chaco Canyon were abandoned. Let's journey to the deserts of southern Jordan to one of the most visually stunning lost cities in the world, Petra. Carved into vibrant sandstone cliffs, Petra was the Nabatean capital. The Nabateans emerged around the 4th century BCE. Their achievements in this harsh desert are miraculous. Al-Khazne, or the treasury, is just the tip of the iceberg. Petra is a masterpiece of rock-cut architecture. Walking through the Sikh to see the treasury is indescribable. It's like stepping into another world. The Nabateans were masters of water engineering. They developed an ingenious system to capture and conserve water. This allowed them to thrive in the desert. Their water management was key to their success. They were savvy traders. Petra was at the crossroads of ancient caravan routes. They controlled the lucrative trade in incense and spices. This trade brought them immense wealth. They had their own unique script and worshipped pre-Islamic deities, so what happened to this incredible civilization? The decline of the Nabateans was gradual. Chapter 5. Let's set sail for Crete, home to Europe's first advanced civilization, the Minoans. Flourishing from 2700 to 1450 BCE, they were ahead of their time. Their vibrant culture featured stunning art and a unique writing system, Linear A. The Palace of Knossos was a sprawling, labyrinthine complex. Around 1450 BCE, this vibrant civilization experienced a major collapse. Many of their palaces and settlements were destroyed and abandoned. Chapter 6. Let's travel back across the Atlantic, this time to North America, to a place that most people have probably never even heard of. But it was once the site of a massive, bustling city. I'm talking about Cahokia, located near modern-day St. Louis, Missouri, right by the Mississippi River. At its peak, around 1050 to 1200 AD, Cahokia was larger than London was at the time. Think about that for a second. A sprawling urban center in the heartland of America, centuries before Columbus. The most striking features of Cahokia are its enormous earthen mounds. There were originally over 120 of these mounds built by hand, basketful by basketful of earth. The largest, known as Monk's Mound, is a colossal structure covering about 14 acres at its base and rising to a height of 100 feet. It's the largest pre-Columbian earthwork in North America, and it would have dominated the landscape, a testament to the power and organization of the people who built it. On top of Monk's Mound likely stood a large wooden building, perhaps the residence of the paramount chief or a major temple. Cahokia was the main center of the Mississippian culture, a sophisticated society that flourished throughout the Midwestern and Southeastern United States. This city was a hub of trade, religion, and political power. Archaeologists estimate that at its zenith, Cahokia itself might have had a population of 10,000 to 20,000 people, with tens of thousands more living in surrounding farming villages and smaller towns that were part of its sphere of influence. It was a true urban center with plazas, residential areas, and defensive palisades. They had a complex social hierarchy with a clear elite class. They practiced intensive agriculture, primarily corn, which supported their large population. They also constructed what's known as Woodhenge, a series of large timber circles that likely served as astronomical observatories, used to track solstices and other celestial events, probably for timing agricultural cycles and religious ceremonies. Chapter 7. Alright, for our final lost civilization, we're venturing into one of the most mysterious and impenetrable places on Earth, the Amazon rainforest. And this one is a bit different, because it's as much about the legend and the quest as it is about confirmed archaeological sites. I'm talking about the lost city of Z and the incredible story of Colonel Percy Fawcett. This guy was a British archaeologist, explorer, and cartographer, a real-life Indiana Jones type, but way before Indy. Fawcett became obsessed with the idea that a highly advanced, ancient civilization had once existed deep within the uncharted jungles of Brazil. He based his theory on various clues, including an old Portuguese document known as Manuscript 512, which described the ruins of a sophisticated stone city found by explorers in the 18th century. Fawcett believed this city, which he dubbed Z, was evidence of a complex society that predated even the Incas, possibly with connections to Atlantis or other legendary lost worlds. It's fascinating stuff. He led several expeditions into the Amazon in the early 20th century, facing incredible hardships, disease, hostile tribes, treacherous terrain, you name it. The Amazon is not a forgiving place. But Fawcett was driven, convinced he was on the verge of a monumental discovery that would rewrite history. He envisioned Z as having stone-paved streets, towering temples, and advanced knowledge. He wasn't just looking for a few scattered ruins, he was looking for a full-blown lost civilization. In 1925, Fawcett, along with his son Jack and Jack's friend Raleigh Rimmel, embarked on his final fateful expedition to find Z in the remote Mato Grosso region of Brazil. And then, they vanished. Just disappeared without a trace. Their disappearance became one of the great mysteries of the 20th century, sparking countless search parties, books, and movies. So there you have it. 7 glimpses into worlds that rose, flourished, and then just faded away. It's pretty humbling when you think about it, right? We cruise around in our Teslas, glued to our iPhones, thinking we're the pinnacle of everything. But history is littered with these ghosts, these echoes of societies that were incredibly sophisticated in their own right, and then they just hit a wall. Whether it was climate or war, or some internal rot, or maybe something we haven't even thought of, boom, gone. It makes you wonder what blind spots we have right now, what assumptions we're making that future generations, if there are any, will look back on and just shake their heads. The Indus Valley, the Sea Peoples, Cahokia, all these stories, they're not just ancient history, they're cautionary tales, they're puzzles with most of the pieces missing. And that's the fascinating part, isn't it? The mystery, the fact that there are still things out there buried under sand or hidden in jungles that could completely flip our understanding of who we are and where we came from. That lost city of Z, whether Fawcett was chasing a dream or a genuine forgotten metropolis. If you enjoyed this journey through time, make sure to subscribe to our channel for more fascinating videos. Hit that bell icon so you never miss an update.